Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Satellite Reign. This is a game I've been looking forward to for quite some time. As soon as I heard about it, I was very interested. It's actually one of the few games I've bothered to back on Kickstarter, and I've been trying to pay attention to it throughout its development so far. I've played a wee bit in the pre-alpha and alpha builds that have been released before. Today marked the release of the more public beta build. I don't think it's quite out of early access yet. They're aiming for a full release by the end of August by the looks of things. But we are now into an actual proper beta build. Apparently all content is in the game. The game can be played from start to finish. They're now just working on bug fixes and performance updates. So without further ado, let's get going. Now we need a new user. So we are of course going to be going with Ekybob. There we are. I'm working with a new keyboard, something I got quite recently. It's a mechanical keyboard, so it's a rather more clacky than I've had before, so let's just hope that I can reduce its impact on the audio. So apparently we need to have some sort of company logo. We are of course going to be going with the one that looks like a penis, and we're going to go for that sort of pinky reddy sort of colour, just to make it more penis-y. There we are, initialize connection.
And cybernetics pioneer Dracogenics is making headlines with what they're calling instant consciousness transferal technology. But many are already referring to it as resurrection
Investors
tech.
are scrambling for a piece of Dracogenics. The list of wealthy donors has increased, with celebrities and politicians from around the world jumping on board. The ResTech satellite network has expanded globally, making Dracogenics a household name
Allegations
overnight.
swirling today as rivals accuse Dracogenics of trading immortality for political influence. Federal authorities were called to investigate.
Continuing civil unrest today following the privatization of city services. Dracogenics security forces clashed with rioters all through the night and into the
Dracogenics
morning.
CEO Stephen Dangler was exonerated today as the newly appointed judge dismissed the charges, calling them, quote, frivolous and unfounded.
Dracogenics have nobly provided their own private security force to assist in subduing the last stubborn holdouts of the city's poor and desperate. They announced the offenders are safely confined to the lower levels of the city where the conflict...
Dangler responded today to claims of a new threat from a shadowy corporate rival. Answering a call to action from stockholders, Mr. Dangler denied rumors of ResTech secrets being stolen in an act of corporate espionage.
This just in, we're hearing that city police have apprehended a suspect related to the wave of recent anti-Dracogenics attacks. City security forces have the suspect now in custody after a gunfight with police that left several...
Come in. Okay, comms are a go. Hi, I'm your company contact, providing mission intel and support. Call me Tag. I'll supply data to assist with side jobs. But remember our overall mission here, breaking Dangler's monopoly on ResTech and taking the authority and power it gives him. We're running a ResTech system ourselves, but it's kit bashed together from an early prototype. It's localized, relies on relay beacons, and there are no long-term backups, so system data is lost if you don't upload and respawn quickly. But it's what we've got, and it'll keep your agents in the field. We've re-established a signal with one of our agents, but the others are scattered, so the first thing we need to do is to reassemble the team. Voice comms will be minimal for most of the op. Communications are heavily monitored in the city, so encrypted text is our most secure way of keeping in touch. I'll open up voice channels again when necessary. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Tag out.
Right, here we are. We've got a little bit of a tutorial before you're brought into the game proper. I'm just going to sort of bash through this and then I'll chat a wee bit more about the game itself and what's going on. So, middle mouse. We need to middle mouse to move the camera around. There we are. Good, now focus back on our agent. So you can focus on him, or you press F when your agent is selected to go boom. There we are. So, zoom in and out. You can zoom, look at that, you can zoom right in and you can have a look at the little water effects. I quite like those, they're quite nice. It's not the prettiest game so far. It's running in Unity. I'd say it's mostly not the prettiest game because I've got a really crusty old PC. It's a shame this is actually happening today because it's actually today I have put in the order for a new machine. So in a couple of weeks or so, I'm going to have a new, much better PC to make games like this look a lot better. So please bear with me in the meantime while we go with things not looking too great. I'm trying to aim for 1080p 60 frames a second and just having sort of texture quality and all that bow to meet that benchmark. But I like all the clutter, I like all the stuff, it makes it look like a nice world. Press 1. Ooh, we've selected our person. So let's move him, and we move him over here with the right mouse button. And he saunters over, and like nice and casually. How about a sprint command? So drains the yellow energy bar down here. So you do that, and he sprints, and he gets tired. So, seems to be responding to the basics. Let's get over into cover and fire a few rounds. So we've got a cover-based cover-based shooting sort of system in place. There we are. Click the weapon button to reveal the fold-out. I would have thought that would be loadout. Oh well, select a weapon from the fold-out. Okay, well we'll go with the Uzi. And then you clicky to kill the person. There you go, and he jumps into cover and shoots back. And there we are, and so put your guns away after you're out of danger so that you don't get accosted. So you press the space bar to toggle your weapon, and he puts his weapon away. There we go. Now I've noticed this. I noticed this after... It's like an ammo pickup, but I appear to have infinite ammo. I mean, I have to reload, but I have infinite ammo, so I'm not sure what the point of those are. So I need to interact with the terminal. This gate is red, meaning it's locked. And there's our little progress dialy wheelie thingy. And I need to sprint so that I can get through the door while it's green. Get through. Damn it. I fudged up my click. There you go. But you interacted with the terminal. Great goes green so that it is unlocked. And you need to get through before it locks itself again. There we are, we made it through because we're clever. A big thing about the game is your security cameras. You see them here, and you've got a nice big obvious... cone of vision, so the other use of cover is to stay out of sight. Sneaky. I've had this before. If you're spotted too much by cameras, they will call in reinforcements. And from what I've seen, you can very easily get overwhelmed by the authorities, by various soldiers and whatnot. So minimizing such encounters is very much to your benefit. So we head on over here. These things are relay beacons. They serve as respawn points for if and when your soldiers die in the field. They respawn from these places. There we are. I've interacted with it, and I've got my support agent. So who's my first dude? Who's my first one? Oh, my first agent was the soldier. Yes, this is now class-based. Again, I'll explain more momentarily, I think. Right, select both your agents. Can you do it with a click and drag? You can select with a click and drag. You can select with Control A. So head on up the stairs. Can't get through. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to send one person over here, and he's going to interact. But that's not going to be enough to get through the gate. This door appears to require 2 terminals to unlock. You'll need some help. Locate the other terminal using the world scan ability. The support agent has the world scan ability. Boom, there we are. I quite like the effect that puts on, actually. You can see it has a limited range, but yeah, so that's a pretty funky effect. So, you can see from the red line that is the other terminal that this gate's hooked up to. So I'm going to send one agent down here. And we're both going to interact, we're going to get through. So what is Satellite Reign? Well, you'll probably understand from looking at it that Satellite Reign is an isometric game. It's a real-time tactics game. So let's get you doing that, and let's get you doing that. And select both. There we are. Gates unlocked. Select everyone and get them to run through. Right, we've got another patrol. You could take him out, but let's attempt to slip past him instead. Stick to cover to avoid being seen. Now, when I tried this in the most recent alpha build, I had no luck, I think, and I had to just end up shooting the bugger. I don't know, I goofed something. So, Satellite Reign is a real-time, it's an isometric-based real-time tactics game from 5 Live Studios. They are based in somewhere in Australia. I don't know if it's actually Sydney or if it's more like Brisbane or something like that. Now, he has kind of seen something, so he's having a look. And I'm not going to let him arrest me. This is some sort of resting point. I'm not going to let him do that, so I'm just going to kill him. Oofed. Don't know what he had, but he had something that hurt. New message, stealth. Can I... Oh yes, I've got all these things. Enemies can be alerted by sound or sight. Enemies will be out of sight if they're in cover. Enemies will move to the last place your agent was spotted. Weapons and explosions draw the attention. And they'll investigate suspicious sounds regardless of visual blockers. There we go. And if you go through this green door, you appear from the connected green door. There we go. Now, I've got 2 people. I'm going to end up with 4 soon, and I can't quite remember the third one is. I think they turn up quite around here. Quite around here? My goodness, I've forgotten how to speak. Alright, with your weapons away, you can waltz right through crowds of civilians without causing a panic. There's something different about this terminal up ahead. If you select the terminal, you can see what you might need to get past. So I'm going to send my support agent up to it. Select hacker to hack. Well, I don't have a hacker. Terminal security must be hacked to activate connected objects. Looks like this terminal has higher security. It requires an agent with level 1 hacker ability, someone like our hacker agent. Our hacker is inside this complex awaiting extraction. One of the civilians around here should have security access to the complex. We should identify the civilian and bribe them to get our agent out. Use the world scan ability again to find out who has security access to the compound. So we go boop. So who might it be? That's our target. Where? What? Oh, that one over there. Bribe for $50 when I have $1,000. Get out of my way, punks. Here we are. He is bribed. Switch that off. And we can go in here. Goodness, I can't see the stuff behind because of the overlapping stuff. So we've got our hacker back. Get the hacker to unlock the door so we can move on. So let's head over here. And get our hacker to interact with the terminal. There we are, and now we can boost on through. So we've got another one of these relay things over here, relay beacons, so let's just use that and get it up and running. Our hacker managed to find a silencer while waiting for us. There's another spot for a relay beacon up ahead. Yep. Get it up, so get up and running so we can equip our agents. Click on here, load out. And there you are. There's your various agents. Looking very much like Unity characters, I notice. It's funny how sometimes you can look at something and go, yeah, this looks like a Unity game. So, weapons, select the pistol, select the augmentation, select the silencer. Attach the silencer. Really, do I want that on my soldier? That seems a little subtle for the soldier. Oh, what the hell. So now you got a silenced pistol. I can remove it, I can equip it. No, it would be nice if it made a change to the actual weapon model. I don't know if they plan on doing that or not. We'll see, we'll see. So anyway, none of your agents are equipped to use this zipline yet, but we can still force them to interact with things like ziplines, terminals, and hardwire points. It's a risk, but there doesn't seem to be any other way out of here. Well, so let's just on run. Come on, show some agency, agents. So Alt and clicky to force use. There we are. And they zipline. Whee! Bonk. And whee! Bonk. And whee! Oh dear. Oh dear. Looks like your hacker has had a bad fall. Your agent isn't out of the race yet. Get one of your other agents to the hacker and get them back on their feet. So, soldier seems like the right one. Here we are. Back on your feet. I was going to say back on your feet, soldier, but you're not the soldier, you're the hacker. Back on your feet, hacker. And there is an element of regenerating health. There we go. I made some money somehow. Didn't notice when that happened. We've got another locked gate. We've got a little terminal here, and it's got a one blinky flashy light on it, which means I need to hack it. And I need a hack level of 1. There we go. And we boost on through. So, hold on, that guard hasn't seen us yet. If you can get an agent up behind him, hold Alt and right click to take him out with one shot. Use the agent's HUD or press Alt and 1 to select your silenced pistol. Doop. Doop. So, Alt and... let's just make sure I've only got one person selected. Alt and right click. Oh, very nice. Blast your way through or sneak past and get out into the main district. A nice little silent shot there. So, what have we got going on? Let's just get up to some cover. Right, so Satellite Rain is an isometric based real-time tactics game. It is, you've got a bunch of agents for a corporation and you've got objectives to do. It's easier to describe when you say it is the spiritual successor to the 1990s Syndicate series of games. It was a couple of games made by Bullfrog before they were swallowed up by Electronic Arts. In the Syndicate games, you controlled a syndicate. In the first game, you're trying to get your corporation to global dominance, and then the second game took that idea further with a kind of a destabilizing power, and you're trying to get back on top of things. And you controlled, essentially in between missions, you controlled research and development of new weaponry and augmentations for your agents, and then you went out into the field and did missions which were, eliminate certain targets or acquire targets or do this, do that, do the next thing. It was very easy to get overpowered and swamped, so you kind of had to pick your fights and do what you could to shift things into your favour. And I loved them. I didn't play enough of the original game, but I absolutely adored the first game when it was... I didn't play enough of the first Syndicate, but I absolutely adored Syndicate Wars. I played it on the PlayStation. And since it was only a couple of years ago, it was released on Good Old Games on GOG.com, and I had great fun playing the PC version, so that was fantastic. So I need to get through here and escape, and I can do that stealthily or I can do that shootily, and I have just quite handily managed to hack the security cameras. Now, Duder over here is patrolling a little too close by for my liking. Now, how can I get up to here? Can I... Whoa. I want to see if I can sneaky past. But they're kind of in the way. So, yes, Satellite Rain is a spiritual successor to the Syndicate games. This has been made by 5 Live Studios, and they were... Some of the guys in 5 Lives were folks who were involved in the original Syndicate games. So I'm very, very excited to see them working on this project. Oh, right, he's interested. I want to see if I can get away from him. Nope, spotted. Come on, pull your guns out and kill him. And you, sir, get a proper gun and take cover. Cover is a very big part of... Come on. Cover is a very big part of the combat in this game. I've noticed that if you are not in combat, you get absolutely slaughtered. He is trying, or was trying, to call for backup. It would have caused other soldiers or policemen to appear and try and take me down. So, hack this gate. There we are. And jump on through. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's new. Now entering downtown. New message, stealth kills, arresting. Alright, systems are starting to come back online. Mission control back up and running. Heading deeper into the downtown district. I have a few things I need you to get done, but it's up to you which ones we tackle first. I want you to set up some relay beacons. Yep, they're beacons. Relay beacons around the district. Probably most importantly, we have the issue of our captured infiltrator to attend to. There we are. So where the original games were mission-based, you were dropped into a level and told to, right, these are your mission objectives, and you might have some secondary objectives, and there might be some other things you can just goof about doing, like robbing banks. Goodness gracious, right. If I can go in here and then just bug out. No, you're not gonna go away. Stealth kills, hardware, vents. Right, there's messages to read, but there's a relay beacon to activate. So yeah, where the original games were mission-based and much more structured, they're aiming for more of an open-world experience. Autosave successful, thank you very much. They're aiming for more of an open-world experience with Satellite Rain, which hopefully will be very nice. Now you notice with these terminals, they've got 2 lights on the side. It means I need hacking level required. I need hacking level 2 to get through them. I've only got level 1, so I have to go this way. I'm interested to see the new layout of the game and how they've gone open world from a sort of linear mission based, and they've also changed it up in that essentially all of your agents in the original game were identical. You could manage their loadout individually and give certain agents certain weapons, but aside from that they were all functionally identical. And they've gone for a class-based structure in this game, where you've got a soldier, you've got a support, you've got... Ooh.
Alright, we're in business. The company's got me all set up to help us take Dengler down. His control over Dracogenics gives him control over ResTech, and his control over ResTech gives him control over everyone who wants it. I helped smuggle an older version out of their R&D labs, and we're going to use it to keep your agents in the field despite casualties, but that's a short-term fix. Long-term, a benefactor has supplied us with a virus that we can use to take control of his ResTech satellite systems. Ultimately, our plan is for you to get into Dracogenics' main tower to install the virus directly into their hardware. Right now, though, we've got to build up our company's presence here, working on getting you all the gear, money, and tech that we'll need to make that final assault, because I don't think they're going to let us just waltz through the front door.
Okie dokie. View mission control. Yep. So rescue Infiltrator, yeah, that's going to be our next main task. So our main target is Dracogenics' ace up their sleeve, ResTech, Resurrection, life after death. If you're rich enough and important enough, they can save you like a file. When your meat body dies, they just download you into a new one. Rich assholes in suits get to live forever. Poor people lose their bodies to let it happen, fed into the process like factory parts. You know the ResTech is housed in the heart of Dracogenics HQ. We've got to fight our way there, one district at a time, learning everything we can, gearing up, finding their secrets and weak points while we arm and armour ourselves. This won't be easy. Once we've taken the ResTech from them though, it will be worth it. So yeah, so it's class-based, so soldier and support and hacker, and when I get it, the infiltrator, and they all do different things. So your soldier is basically tougher and basically beefier with guns. Your support agent is kind of, well, it's support. They can do a little bit of anything. You can beef up their guns so they support your gunner more. They've got the scan ability. I think they can act as basically the squad healer with nanobots and whatnot. Your hacker, as you've seen, can disrupt security systems and hack into ATMs for funds and cameras and gates. They can hijack people, much like the Persuadertron from the original games. It was you basically hijacked people's neural implants and they followed you around like little slaves, and they'd arm themselves and they'd fight for you, and it was fantastic. So that's what your hacker does, and then your infiltrator is kind of your rogue, your sniper, your stealthy one, you know, stuff like that. I promise I'm not just hanging around here for that silhouette. There's an ATM here that I want to hack when there's not a bunch of police around and that security camera. I want to hack that ATM because you hack the ATM and you get money coming in, and the money pays for your research of new armour, new weapons, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. Blah 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 and so forth. Yes, but there's just a little bit. The fuzz is just a little too. There's just a little too much in the way of fuzz presence at the moment. So I'm just going to move along, citizen. And you notice again, you know, I'm in a public area. I don't have my guns drawn. I'm not wanted, and so they're just leaving me alone.